I am Sasila, and I have grown my business from making $5 to $10 a day, growing and selling mint nana in my dad's front porch, to growing and selling maize on 25 hectares of land, with contracts worth between $1 and $6 million. And will soon be hitting seven figures on monthly sales with my new groundnut paste product. Kwatumata Makono too says her mom has a garden and she's helping her mom out, and turns out she loves gardening and she wants to start her own farming business, but has no idea where to start and is hoping for some motivation and key steps. Okay, I'll tell you my own story. So I started my farming business, or my food and agriculture business, in my dad's front porch, farming mint nana. Now, I had one bed initially. I started with one bed that was making me about $5 to $10 every single day. And then every few days, I will make another bed. So I started adding and adding and adding more beds in my dad's house. And it got me to about $100 every single day, $50 to $100 every single day. Then I moved to Sukuta. Now in Sukuta, I had 7 long beds. It was 7 meters by 80 centimeters, and they were 7. So I would harvest one each day. And then Monday, I would harvest this one, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then I'll go back to the first one on Monday to re-harvest again. Every single harvest, when I started, I would get a full pan. A full pan I was selling for $300, $250 to $300 sometimes. So every single day, I remember I started with $10, then I moved to $100, and then the goal was to get to $1,000. So when I was in Sukuta, every day in the morning, every day when I started, I was harvesting one bed, and which was getting me a full pan. But Nana has this thing, or mint, if you cut it, it grows from 2 nodes, so it gets bushy and bushy and bushier. So eventually, I didn't have to harvest the whole 7 meters long bed and get a full pan. I just needed to harvest less than a third sometimes, and I'll get a full pan. And I was really slow at harvesting. So what I would do is in the morning, I will harvest, take care of the garden, weed, water, irrigate, and do what I have to do, and then go to the market and then sell the full pack. It was a quick sale. And in the evenings, I would have a lady who would come to the garden, and then she would harvest the 2 2/3 that is left for that day. So in the morning, I'll have 2/3 harvested. In the morning, I'll have 1/3 harvested, and then in the evenings, the lady would come and harvest 2/3 of it. So I was selling the ones in the morning for a full pan for $300, and the ladies would come in the evening and harvest it for $700. So that's how I got to $1,000. And then we moved to Savi. And when we are farming in Savi, we started with 5 hectares, and now we've grown that to 25 hectares. So now our minimum contract values are about $1 million. So we get contracts from factories and then supply them with raw materials. So we farm it ourselves, primary processing, and then deliver it to their factory as per contracted. So basically, what I'm trying to tell you here is, if you love gardening and you love helping out your mom, and you found that it's something that you love doing, you're passionate about it, and you want to turn it into a business, use the multiple of 10. Whatever it is that you are farming, whatever it is that you're growing on your mom's garden, just make sure that every single day you are able to sell something. Start with $5 or $10. There's something called the multiple of 10. Is if you can do something that can get you $10, or that you can get $10 for, if you do it 10 times, you get $100. If you do whatever it is that you did to get $100, if you do that 10 times, you get $1,000. Now, if you take whatever it is that you did to get $1,000 and you do that 10 times, you get $10,000. Now, I started from $10 a day to $100 a day to $1,000 a day, and now I can't tell you where I am at, but the minimum contract value is $1 million. Now, same thing with our product here, our digger. The goal is we start at, but now we don't start at $10, but just so you get the idea. So if the example is that for every bucket that we sell, we're making $100, all we have to do is make sure for a start to get ourselves in a position to be able to sell 10 a day, and that will give us $1,000. Then we can move to selling 100 a day, and that will get us to $10,000 every single day. If we can get to 1,000 a day, then we can now get to 100,000 every single month. So 1,000 a day, by the way, is $30,000. And with gardening, the food and agriculture business, there's no Sunday. The crops don't have a weekend, they don't have a Sunday, they don't have a holiday. So you will be growing every day, you will be selling every day. The purpose or the point in every farming or gardening is that you are able to sell consistently. We focus so much on the agri part of agribusiness and forget that it's a business. Agri is just the type of business. If it's plumbing, it's a plumbing business. If it's a electrical business, it's an electrical business. If it's service, it's a service business. At the end of the day, it's a business. Agri is the description. It's the business that you are in, but it's a business. So just make sure that you set your garden in a way that every single day or every single 2 weeks, no more than 1 week, you are selling. It's best that if you're selling every single day, because that will then give you enough cash flow as you grow, such that everyday money is coming in and it's not just going out. Because here's the thing, the reason I want you to focus so much on the selling part, the agribusiness, is that you can make 1,000 bars of soap, but your business has no revenue and it has made no profit. But if you sell 1 bar of soap, then your business has made profit and has made revenue. So always focus on the selling part. Start from the selling part and then work your way back. Even when you want to decide on what crop to grow, start on the selling part. Decide what is the one that is best to sell. How can I strategize to make sure that I'm always making profit? How can I get a customer first? Always manufacture the demand side of your business before the supply side of your business. Demand is manufactured, it's not given, and you don't go out looking for it. You manufacture it and then you manufacture the supply part. But we focus too much on the supply and forget about the demand. So that's my advice to you. That's someplace that you can start. Since you've already even started, all you have to do now is number one, figure out the demand side, like manufacture the demand first. Secondly, make sure that you are selling every single day or two, no more than 3 days at best. Every 3 days you are selling, even if you're getting $10 for it, don't worry. Business is a long-term game. As we started from 10 and now we are getting $1 million contracts, it's the same thing that you can get yourself to. So thank you. So if you want to join our affiliate program where you can promote our dege and get commissions on every sale, you have guys that are earning all the way to $10,000 a month, only working for about 2 hours every single day. You can call or text the number on your screen and we will get in contact with you. Make sure to call and specifically say that you are interested in our affiliate program, or text and say that you are interested in our affiliate program, and we will take it from there. This is a new series that we're starting. We have a lot of questions coming in our DMs and in our comments about how to start a business, how to grow a business, how to get access to capital, how to grow a team, or everything related to the food and agriculture industry, especially in the Gambia. Now, if you have questions like these, send them in our comments and our DMs and we will get to it. We're not offering advice yet, but we're offering suggestions and a different perspective. We're also sharing our experiences of other successful people in business and especially in the food and agriculture industry in the Gambia. So send in your questions and you will get to it. So Kadi here says, hi brother, how are you doing? I saw your video talking about your business and you really inspired me. I want to start my own business for more than 2 years now, but I don't know what kind of business to do, where to start it from, and how to go about it. Can you please give me advice or guidance or anything that's going to lead me to start my own business? That has been going on for 2 years now, thinking about starting our own business, but just haven't gotten to start yet. If you don't have an idea, Kadi, there are a few ways that you can do to come up with an idea. But before that, you need to know that whatever it is that you do is going to take a long time to become successful. You cannot really start a business and be successful in less than 3 years. It will take you more than 3 years because every business has a tuition fee that you have to pay. So number one, Kadi, is the idea stage, right? If you don't know how to come up with an idea or you don't have an idea, it's very simple. So we're told that as entrepreneurs, you need to solve a problem or feel a need. These are the two most common ways that people would advise us to get ideas or to generate ideas. But it's a lot more than that. There are certain businesses who don't solve a problem and don't feel a need. Coca-Cola, for example, they don't solve any problem. In fact, they create problems and they don't feel a need because you don't really need Coca-Cola, you know. So if these businesses can become a multi-billion-dollar brand, so solving a problem or feeling a need is not really a take. And by the way, if you think too much about solving a problem, it gets you in the position that you are in. Very, very, very often, it gets people in the position that they're in. It's because they cannot find the problem, or even if they find the problem, they don't have the resources to start to solve those problems. So they get to a point where or they don't even move forward. They don't start in order to move forward. They just are like, okay, in order to solve this problem, I'm going to need this, and this. And yes, you will need at the start, if you want to solve a particular problem, that you would need A, B, C, and D resources. And if you don't have access to them or you don't own them, it becomes a problem for you to start. Now, if you are on a higher level, maybe you've started your first and your second business and you were relatively successful at those ones, and then you want to solve a problem or feel a need, then yeah, that's really good. And if you think you're good at it, no problem. You can also go for it. But for the majority of people who get stuck in the idea stage, there are three ways that you can come up with an idea that really makes it simple and fast. Number one is find something that you are really, really, really good at. Now, so you tell you a story of someone called Marie Callender. Marie Callender is a she used to work in a coffee shop in the US. And in this coffee shop, the owner was about to close the coffee shop because the business was just going down and down and down. And she was a single mother. She had to take care of her kids. She didn't want to lose the job. So she told the owner, I really know how to bake pies. People love my pies. They always tell me that my pies are really good. So I want to go bake them and then bring it. So the owner was like, well, no problem, bring it. We are almost about to close down the business. So Marie Calendar goes home, bakes a pie, brings it, and then in that day, it was half a day, the pie was sold out. So the next day, she baked more pies, two pies, and then brought it. And then it was sold out again. Then she had to go back in the second day, the same day, she sold the first two. She had to go back home and make some more pies, bring it, and it was also sold out. Then, in fact, as time went on, a few days later, people start ordering their own pie. They're like, can I have my food pie? And it got to a point where these pies were just coming in and out, and more people started to come into the coffee shop. And that boosts the sales of other products that they already have or other services that they would already offer. They were already offering in the coffee shop. And Marie Calendar sold enough in the owner's store that at some point, all the owner was selling was those pies. He wasn't selling coffee, he wasn't selling any other thing except for that pie. It became a pie shop, basically. And the business started to boom again. Marie Calendar was making enough money that she then bought a commercial oven because she wanted to go to the next level. She bought a commercial oven in her house. She would bake and then bring it to the store. And as time goes on, like I said, people were ordering and she was just making them and making them and making them. Now, that's a multi-million dollar business, the Marie Calendar brand. If you go, you can search it up on Google, you'll see how big it is. There, in all of the frozen food sections that you go to, in all of the stores in the US, you get it there. They are multi-million dollar brand. The idea here or the lesson here is that sometimes it's not that you need to solve a problem or feel a need. Sometimes that you are just good at something. If you can do something better or faster or cheaper, as in more affordable, you can do it for less cost. Then you have a business idea right there. And if you can do all three, then you are going to disrupt the industry or the market. So find something that you're really, really good at. If you're good at cutting hair, just get people and start cutting hair. Like barbers are making a lot of money in this country and abroad. I bet you they are. And if you're really good at cutting grass, the same story. There's a grass cutting business that now it's worth, I believe, a little over $4 million. Since this kid was young, all he did was he was the one who cut all the grasses in their neighborhood. And he has been doing this for so long that he was really good at it. He became the best at it. See, things that you are good at, you end up becoming the best at it or one of the best at it, because not only do you enjoy doing it, but you also pay extra attention and start to improve it because you just spend a lot of time on it. If you spend a lot of time on anything, you are going to become exceptionally good at it. If you spend 2 hours doing a certain task a day, and I spend 6 hours doing a certain task a day, obviously, I am going to be a lot better than you are. And it's not by a multiple of 3, just that I'm doing 3 times more. I'm doing it 3 times more than you are. No, it's going to be an exponential difference between how good I become and how good you are. So that's one way. So the second way is essentials. Now, I really like essential. I really love essential because it's super, super easy and it's something that you can quickly tap into. When I was doing the Nana, that's why I did the mints. When I was doing this, that's why I did it. That's the essentials is what I basically use more often than any other tool to come up with ideas. Now, essentials basically is that you can go into your home right now or your kitchen if you're in the food and industry, if you're in the food and agriculture industry like me. I went into my kitchen, like my mom's kitchen, and then I listed out every single thing that we bought that is to do with food and just listed them out. So there are things that we buy on a daily basis, like bread, like nana, like tea. There's things that we buy on a weekly basis, like butter, like crates of eggs, like charcoal. There are things that we buy on a monthly basis, like gas, like sugar, like rice, like cooking oil. So even annually, things like Tabaskiram, these are almost a must that every single household or almost every single household is going to have to buy. Now, what that is showing is that there's enough market. Now, You just need to provide something, one of those things. But remember, you need to provide what's better than what's in the market, or you need to provide it faster, or you need to provide it at a cheaper cost. So if you can do either one of these or all of them, you have a chance to create a big demand. So here's the thing. Everywhere you live in the Gambia, almost every place that you live in the Gambia, you're connected to at least 100 households. So if you look at on one street, you will have about 20 homes on one side and then 20 homes on the other side. And behind each home, you will get about 3 more homes or 2 more homes. So everywhere you live, you are connected to about 100 homes. On your phone, you're connected to about 300, 400, 500 homes. So what you have to do, if you know that your neighbor in the next week is going to buy a crate of eggs, all you have to do now is to make sure that when they buy that crate of eggs, they buy it from you. All you have to do is, if you know that your neighbor is going to buy tea, make sure they buy that tea bag from you. If your neighbor is going to buy dege and you know they love Ramadan, they're going to be cooking it, you need to make sure that they buy it from you. This is the thing about the essentials, is that whether they buy it from you or not, they will still buy it somewhere else. So your goal there, once you figure out which essential is it that you can provide and you can do it better than what they already are buying, or you can do it faster, or you can do it cheaper, then they will for sure buy from you. And it's a long-term game. They don't have to buy from you immediately. Now, back when I was starting up, before we decided to do settle on Dege, I went into my mom's kitchen and I wrote down every single thing that was in the kitchen that we would buy. Whether it was the spices, whether it was the cups, whether it was the plates, the bowls, the spoons, regardless, I listed every single thing down that had to do with the food and agricultural industry, even the gas. Now, what I did after that was I decided on one thing, which was that every single neighbor that I had, almost every single one of them cooked Domoda, and they need dege. So if you decide on something that you can supply, so from that list, you need to supply it in 3 ways. Either better than they're currently buying, a product, your product, the one that you supply needs to be better, you need to do it faster, or it needs to be cheaper for them. So that is to incentivize them to stop buying from the person they're currently buying with and start to buy from you. So if you just provide the equal quality, equal quantity, equal pricing, equal everything, and you're not giving them any extra value, they may or may not buy from you. But if you give them something better, or you can do it for them faster. Now, this includes services as well. The services that you use are weekly, daily, and monthly basis. So if you can do it faster, or you can do it at a lower cost to them. So in that case, if you're able to do that, they will be buying from you instead of buying from the other one, because you just have a superior product or service. Now, once you decide on the product to buy, remember, you always start with manufacturing demand first. Go around your neighbors. This is exactly the same thing that we do. I'm giving you a step-by-step approach of how we did it in Simla Salam. And alhamdulillah, in just a few months, inshallah, this brand here will get $1 million in monthly revenue. You best believe that. Now, you can do the same, because you might not get to 1 million yet, and it's going to take you a few years to do that, but you can get to $1,000 a day, $2,000 a day, $3,000 a day. $1,000 a day, remember, is $30,000. Because there is no holiday with these products and services. There is no weekends. There is no days off. They will have to use it every single day or week or month. Now, once you decide on the product and you know that there's a superior value that you can give to them faster, cheaper, or better, then it is time to create demand. Now, remember, you have to manufacture demand. Only start with demand before supply. What we did is we went around our neighborhood. Now, it is such that anywhere you live in the Gambia, almost every single place you live in the Gambia, there is about 100 households that are connected to your house in your neighborhood. That means you go to each and every one of these houses. The likelihood of them also having that same product as an essential is over 90%. So it's highly likely that they will also be buying that product every single day, week, month, or year. Now, you go to every single one of them, basically about 10 houses each, every single hour. We'll get into a house, we have a script. It will take us 3 to 5 minutes to go through the script with them and then move to the next house. So we didn't have the product yet. All we did was we went there, we said hi, we broke the ice, we would say. Now, in another video, we'll talk about what you should say, but all we get them to know is that we have this product that we're thinking of to launch, and we would want to know if they would be interested in some. Then we communicate our value, whether we can do it cheaper, whether we can do it faster, whether we can do it better. We communicate our values, and if they are interested, We don't need them to say yes now. We just need them to show interest, and we tell them, okay, it will be available in this day, will you be willing to buy? If they say yes for a start, we will get about 50 yeses. 50 yeses. Then we start to supply. Now, if you want 50 people to say yes, we will supply to you. Or in your case, you don't even need to get to 50. You can get to 20. Once you get to 20 people saying yes to you, then bring half of that, supply half of that. Now, if you get 50 people to say yes and you brought 25, the likelihood of you selling all of them is very, very high and it will be very, very fast. So you always manufacture demand before supply. And trust me, this works because it's what I have done with the Nana. It was an essential that I chose, and it's what we're doing today. And it was an essential that we chose. And it's the same thing that you can do. So I really love the essentials. And last but not least is the multiple of 10. Now, remember, I was saying that there are two main problems that people like Cuddy have. It is number one, that getting a good idea. But number two is getting to actually start on an idea. Now, the multiple of 10 is simpler, or it's especially important if you want to just get yourself going. Now, getting yourself going, just starting is super, super important, regardless of whatever idea that you have. You need to just start, and there is no excuse. It's not that you have a job and you're working 10 hours a day and you just have 2 hours left. If you're browsing 2 hours a day on your on social media, or you're just watching football 2 hours a day, or you're just sitting and chatting for 2 hours a day, then you can actually get a side hustle. The minimum amount of time that you need on a side hustle should be about 2 hours. Because on your phone, you can go on WhatsApp, you can go on TikTok, you can go anywhere, and then you can start posting something to get yourself a commission or get yourself a product on. Because the minimum amount of time that you need for any side hustle is about 2 hours. So if you're spending 2 hours on these things, then you actually could be earning about 10,000 plus. Because we have someone in our affiliate program who's earning 10,000 plus every single month, and he just works about 2 hours a almost every single day, not every day, but almost every single day. And if he can do that, you also can do that. So there are affiliate programs out there that you can join, and you can sell a product that you haven't produced or you don't even have in stock, and get a license to become an affiliate, which is that you are advertising and promoting their product, and you get a commission on every sale. This is something that is super easy that you can do from the comfort of your home. We have one, like I said, on our Dege. We have people who are joining in and they're making, like I said, 10,000, 8,000, 4,000 a month, just extra working about 2 hours every single day. So if opportunities like this are out there and you haven't started yet, it's just excuses. So with the multiple of 10, it is super, super simple to get you started. Now, if I were to ask you, what can you do to get $1,000,000 from? Give me $1,000,000 idea. It will be very difficult for you to come up with a step-by-step approach of how to get $1,000,000 in a given amount of time. But suppose I told you to list out 10 ideas of how you can get someone to pay you $10. You can give me tens of ideas in a given 15 minutes. You can say, you can cut someone's grass and then they can pay you $10. You can cut someone's hair and they can pay you $10. You can plait someone's hair. You can sell a bar of soap. You can guide someone to a place or show someone how to solve a particular problem, which is, let's say, a math problem, an English problem, or an exam solution. There are a plethora of ideas that you can get someone to pay you $10 for if you offered it. So get something, just anything that can get you $10 for. Remember, there are these affiliate programs out there that you can do, but those, get something that someone can pay you $10 for. Now, if you get something that someone can pay you for $10 for, and you do 10 times, you get like $100. If you get something that someone can pay you $100 to do, and you do 10 times, you get $1,000. If you get something that someone can pay you $1,000 to do, and you do 10 times in a month, in 3 months, in a year, you get $10,000. If you also get someone to pay you $10,000 to do a particular thing, and you can do that 10 times in a month, in a year, you get $100,000. And if you can get someone to pay you $100,000 to do something or to sell them something, and you do that 10 times, get what you get. Guess what you get? You get $1,000,000. But in the same respect, if you get something that someone can pay you $1,000,000, whether you can get a contract to supply raw materials throughout the entire year, you just need to get one, and then you have $1,000,000 in revenue or profit or sale. Now, almost every business out there in the world, this is the numeral they use. Whether you know it or not, A business like Jar Oil, for example, I love to give them as an example because it's super clear and almost every one of us is interacting with them on a weekly or monthly or yearly basis. Now, if you look at Jar Oil, they are making maybe perhaps they're netting less than $1 or about $1. Let's just say they're netting $1 every single liter. How many liters are they selling every single month? It's perhaps in the millions. They're selling millions of liters every single month across many petrol stations across the entire country, from Westfield or Congo or Banjul all the way to Basse. They are selling millions of liters every single month. And if they can do it and they have a big business, it's the same way you can start today. Like I started with $10 and grow it all the way to $1,000 using just minutes. And now growing it to an even bigger number using Dege. So, Tadi, that was for you. And please keep me updated if you get an idea and send it back and I'll help you look through the idea. And inshallah, hopefully in a few years, you will also have started your business and are making $1,000 a day or $1,000 an hour. And it's possible if you believe you can. So if you want to join our affiliate program where you can promote our Dege and get commissions on every sale, you have guys that are earning all the way to $10,000 a month, only working for about 2 hours every single day. You can call or text the number on your screen and we will get in contact with you. Make sure to call and specifically say that you are interested in our affiliate program, or text and say that you are interested in our affiliate program, and we will take it from there.